welcome to episode 164 of the Real Life Caddie Podcast.
Didn't you just say it was 165?
No.
You sure?
You're playing with me now.
It's 164?
I think the cold weller's getting to Zabbo's head.
We just talked about, I could have sworn you said 165.
It's my accent, it's how I talk.
Yeah. 164.
Michael's here. A little bit nippy out there, Mike.
Oof. I have, the winter is coming. I got the heavier jacket on, and it has been, the tide has been turning as far as weather and daylight and all that, and the winter people are starting to come back. Those winter people.
Winter people.
Oh, man.
We have been so spoiled for the last 10 years where we live. October has been outstanding.
Mm-hmm.
Warm, hot, and although it's nice when the sun's out, it was nippy this morning when I took the wee fella out for his business.
Nippy and a couple of early spells of rain. We've had some rain, and we had one the other day. There was no rain in the forecast, and I'm out there with zero rain gear, carrying bags, and get dumped on.
Yuck. Talking about business, what we got this week for the listeners?
We have lots of caddie stories.
We have some shoutouts as well, because I completely forgot about shoutouts in the last episode.
Yes, we closed it down with no shoutouts, so we're going to have a few bonus shoutouts today.
I do like to stick to the time scale, though.
Yeah, you gotta stay timely with everything.
What do you want to kick off with?
Well, I've been, I don't know what it is lately, but I've been reminiscing about my caddie career and caddie life, and I think it's just seeing friends, seeing family get older, people passing away, seeing players I caddy for get older, and it just struck me like, I'm probably more than halfway done with my caddy career. And we were talking about before the podcast started, picking up requests and how you do that. And, a lot of it's, just through the bench work that you do, the people you meet, and like some of the people I've met, you start thinking about, and one of these guys I've caddied for 20 years. And you start thinking like he was in his, mid-late 50s, and now all of a sudden he's in his 70s, and he's coming out and he's thinking about giving up the game. Like this is crazy how it's come like
full circle.
Wow, time flies. And this guy, and now he's starting to bring his son out, and he's like, next year, I'm sending the kids out, and like the kids of the other people, they're coming out. We're passing the torch. This group's been coming for 40 years. He said, I don't think I'm going to do it anymore. He's now playing the red tees, which good for him. He can still play. He shot like 74 from the red tees because he knows he can't hit it more than 160, 180 yards. So it's like it's a weird feeling to be like that far through your career and realize, some of the people that you started caddying for, you've been doing it long enough, are kind of giving up the game because they're kind of aging out of the game.
When he passes the torch, make sure he passes the wallet too.
That actually was a conversation before he left. So just so we know, he knows the deal, right? Johnny knows what's going on. Yeah, he knows.
You know how things work around here.
Yeah.
I would probably say I've thought about this type of thing for a long time, because people will say, well, how long have you worked here? And the answer has always been 10, 15, 20. It's 22 years at the resort, on and off. And they say, well, when did you start? And I'm like, 1995. And then the guy will be like, I was born in 97.
Yeah.
And that's 2/3 of my life I've been on the golf course. So I'll often come off 18. And if I'm walking up myself, I'll have this thought all the time.
Yeah.
If someone could come up to you and say, do you want to know how many holes left you have? I've mentioned this before, but if somebody said, yeah, you get another 13,128. You'd be like, oh, okay.
I can do that.
But imagine someone said, yeah, you get another 52 holes. You'd be wondering what happens after, was that, 15 or 16?
Yeah,
16.
Something good. I was working, actually it was on the bench before, Loop, and we were talking about money and retirement. We were talking about old guys who kind of need to hang it up. And, it's like, I was like, if they were smart, they'd just, they'd offer these guys, $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 and just, say, here you go, take your money. Your services are no longer needed because you're doing a disservice to the resort guests.
Who would pay this?
Well, the company, but
wow.
Well, regardless, it's not going to happen. But the point of the story being,
is this in cuckoo?
I said, call it like $500,000, like. You're so bad out there, we can't put you out with guests. Here's $500,000, just you're never coming back. And this guy's like kind of young and spry. He goes, you give me $500,000, I'm gone today. I'm gone tomorrow. He goes, I turned that $500,000 into $2.5 million like that. And I'm like,
sure.
okay, bro.
Straight to
okay,
Vegas.
Yeah. Well, that was kind of the gist of it. He was going to do it through sports betting.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's not a good exit strategy. You might want to rethink that. But
straight to Vegas, back on the bench the following week.
Beautiful. It was. I mean, when he said that, and the other caddy who was standing there was listening to it. He's shaking his head and put his head down. He's like, yeah, not going to work.
When you say about thinking about people, there's been a lot of deaths in the last few years. It seems like
maybe,
a lot of caddies have
maybe that's
died.
part of it too. Yeah, but granted, a lot of those caddies died from extracurricular activities. Probably.
Well, some of them could, some and some not. But regardless, it just. I think whenever people die, the natural nature of humanity is you think about your own mortality.
Oh, for sure.
And then where have I been? What am I doing? But I also think that as the churn of what we do, the regulars come and go, that'll be my calling card to be like, I'm okay to move on now from what I do, because as people fall away, like last weekend we had our boy Jimmy from New York in. Not happy with you with your take on New York people.
No, he didn't. He didn't say anything to my face about it, Jimmy.
I don't know if he listened to the whole episode. I wonder if he just looked at the title. And then I says, well, if you actually listen, I didn't say anything negative.
Well, I'm sure Jimmy's probably a Yankees fan, so that
that's 100%.
Yeah. I love you, Jimmy.
But Jimmy this was his 39th or 40th year in a row coming out here.
Mm-hmm.
I've known him for 12 of those, but he's been coming. Like, you think about that, that's a long time.
He's seen a lot of changes.
He's seen a lot of people come, a lot of people go.
And he's looking good. I mean, Jimmy used to be a very large man, and he is trimmed down, looking good, Jimmy.
He has. You were with us the first day. 2 days later we played. It was just himself and his pal Bobby. Interesting. We are on the first tee, and the other couple. So it was a couple.
You were
husband and wife that were paired with.
Geez.
And 30 seconds in, I was like, oh no, this guy.
Not good.
You could see he talk, just the talker. Like, unbelievable.
Did he have a caddy?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, good.
It was Yannick.
Oh, nice.
Who's the most quiet guy in the world.
Yeah, perfect.
And we have a straight off the first tee, he's just telling us about what he shot from each tee box, and now he plays.
Here we go.
The whites, because I'll play the whites. It was torture, and we get to the first green, and there's just certain people sometimes can't shut up. He has to comment about everyone's golf shot, how the breakdown of his own shot, why he left it short. He caught it heavy.
We saw, bro. We were watching. We were right there with you.
I have this tendency where I bring my right shoulder, it just dips in, and I hit it heavy. And, with these conditions, it's a little bit of rain, and they've had it's like, whoa. And they had to comment about every putt, every shot. And then Paul turned up.
Oh, jeez.
He'll
nip that in the bud real quick.
14th green, and he says, what these guys like? I says, Paul, you would hate this lad. You would have probably told him to shut up after 3 holes. Incredible. Some guys out there you could just tell straight away. The way he put his waterproofs on, the aggression with which he put them on.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how to describe it.
Where did this gentleman hail from?
He was
New York.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you, but I do remember him saying this. On the 3rd green, he said, oh, I left that short again. Oh, I can't believe it. We were just up in Tahoe or a club up there, and those things are running at 14, 15. I'm just scared to hit the ball. And it was just like that. You know what I mean? He leaves a 10-foot short just on the edge, and until
he's got a comment. Yeah,
you had to comment and the whole discussion, and then the wife goes, oh yeah, they're really fast up in Tahoe, it's totally different from here, you're like, oh,
she's got to chime in. Those are frustrating loops.
But there you go, Jimmy, 40 years coming out here.
During that loop too, the Jimmy loop, he brings out good player, used to play in the PGA Tour, so he brings out 3 days in a row. I have collegiate golfers, all Division I schools. I had Duke, I had Harvard, and I had Utah. So it's interesting, the contrast. Though the Duke guy I had with Jimmy was Joe Ogilvy. Played on tour. We get out there. He requires no information. He doesn't want any information. And you saw, I
don't think he rates caddies.
Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah.
I don't think he rates caddies.
Not at all. So no help on the green. And, he didn't really make much. It was fun for 3 days. The other 2 guys asked everything. They were both at the Wee course, which is kind of my wheelhouse. And We both had like 5 or 6 birdies. It was fun to watch. It was fun to actually get a change of pace and caddy for real good players. And the one dude, when I asked him, I'm like, so where did it was obviously, I asked him on the 3rd hole because it was obviously he went birdie. He was striping it. And I said, where did you play college golf? And he kind of put his head down. He's like, I played at Harvard. And I'm like, he didn't want to like be boisterous, like, I played at Harvard, but he played at Harvard.
Would they rank though as a good golf side?
They're Division I school. I mean, they're Ivy League. They're Division I, but yeah, I mean, you got to be real smart. They don't recruit you for golf. I mean,
I've only ever met one golfer that went there. It was a girl, a woman.
Yeah, this guy was legit. He was a +3. I mean, he could get it around. It was good.
I had a boy actually this past couple of days, and I think we have a question in here about this in the mailbag, or something similar to this. But he's playing the blues, and then his father-in-law says, "Oh no, he's really good. He's a plus." I went, perfect, and I actually love it because I just said, "Here, I'll concentrate on these guys. If you need any help, just
let me know."
And that was it.
Yeah.
I love hearing that.
He was legit. A lot of times the dad tells you that, and then they shoot 90. It's like,
well, I think it was the father-in-law, so you can imagine, there was, I wouldn't say, he's not going to big up the son-in-law as much as the father would do it to his own son, I don't think. Or it depends.
Yeah.
Absolutely depends. But a lot of caddies don't like caddying for good players because
that is true.
It tests them.
That is true.
Oh, I'm actually going to have to put some effort in today. Mm-hmm. I do love it.
I love it too.
Because I have no problem if they want help or if they don't want help. And at least with them, they know, okay, right, hit it to here, or this is the number, or it kind of matters a little more.
Yeah, I love it.
But a lot of caddies hate that. There was one story I forgot to tell you last week. So after the week with Tim O'Neill on the Champions Tour one, I had 2 or 3 days. I couldn't face going back because it was bench work. And I wanted to give myself at least 96 hours.
That sounds just like you, yeah.
Prepare myself. So eventually I go in and I'm off the bench and it's a double. There's 4 ladies.
Oh, I got another one about this, but yeah, go ahead.
And I thought, oh no, here we go.
See, that's the attitude G has when he sees that. Oh no.
Well, yeah. Well, you go from a guy that potentially is shooting 60s and
hits at 290 to somebody's hitting at 85.
325, Zabbo. Come on, don't sell him short. To 4 hack women, 1 good player in the group. So there's no atmosphere in it. I don't know if they all know each other, but we got to the first green. They put out, 2 people in their pocket already. And I took a photo actually of the ladies walking, to the next tee. And I sent it to Tim. And I was like, this is what I got, mate. And we got halfway down. I jumped in the cart and I see a scorecard. And I said to one of the ladies, who's Dave and Don? And she's like, I don't know. But the guys in the customer service hadn't taken the scorecard.
Oh, jeez.
So I looked at the scores, big numbers. Dave had shot a 60 in the front. Don had shot like a 51.
Nice.
I don't know what happened to them. Maybe they both died, but they only got to 6. They only filled in till the 16th.
Oh, dude. So how common is that? How common is that? Like, oh yeah, you want to keep score? You want me to keep score? I'll keep score. And then they keep score for like 4 holes, and like, we don't need to keep score today. Let's just have fun.
So I thought I'm going to have to. How am I going to survive this loop? So I said, ladies, I'll tell you what we're going to do now. There's Dave and Don. The 4 of you are going to play them. $10,000 in the front, 10 in the back, 20 overall.
Nice.
And they're like, who? And I said, I don't know who they are. It doesn't matter, but this is what they shot. So your better ball is against their better ball.
Nice.
And the ladies eventually won. It was brilliant.
Nice.
Actually, it was a lot of fun. And they totally bought into it. I met one of their husbands about a week ago. He said, oh, you carried from my wife a month ago. I couldn't remember the names But he says, oh, you did this thing with the scorecard. They absolutely loved it. So
good.
See?
It turned out well. You made them happy.
You have to pull all your experience and have a bit of fun. And it was a lot of fun. And they just, as I say, they bought into it. What did Don? I said, no, Don made a 3. But you said he made a 60. I says, yeah, that means he 57 blows for the other 8 holes.
Yeah, it's pretty bad on the other ones. Yeah, I had one actually like that. And I was actually thinking about this, about when you see the ladies, a lot of caddies, they'll turn around, they'll go back on the bench and say, no, I'm not doing that job. I'll just pass on it. And I'll do it a lot of times. I'm grinning and bearing it, and I see it, and I'm like, oh, no. But you can tell, first impressions are key. And you can tell when you look at the group, like, oh, this is going to be a fun group of ladies or not a fun group of ladies. And I had one last week, and I know they're going to be podcast listeners. And I walked up there, and I'm like, oh, yeah, this is going to be fun. And we had a blast out there. It was Anita, Sally, Candy, and Sandy. We had Candy and Sandy. Candy and Sandy. It was legendary. And they just, they were part of, their husbands were playing the big tournament that was on the resort, on the other courses that I was, actually, that's another story I was supposed to be a part of and wasn't. But the ladies were so much fun. We had so much fun, and they were, we were ribbing back and forth, and Anita hit one off this, and it like squibbled off the tee. She goes, the tee's bro, it's not a good tee. I'm like, it's a plastic tee. I was like, I got plenty of tees. She's like, no, these are my favorite tees. This one just isn't working. I'm like, now I've heard all this excuses. You're blaming the tee. It was teed up just fine.
Why do you caddy though?
To make money.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So this would be my thing. How many times has a lady shocked you with
in a good way
from the from the hip?
Rarely.
There you go.
Rarely.
So I feel as if sometimes if I'm off the bench and I see the loop, I can almost predetermine what I'm going to get paid. Which, it's just the luck of the draw.
Yeah.
But you're more likely to make less money.
We do that with most people.
So I don't want to sound cutthroat, but we all work to make money.
Oh, for sure.
And sometimes we'll have guys and they reward you. Okay, today you're on an extra 20 a par and 50 a birdie or something, right? Mm-hmm. And that adds up at the end. Like Bob Burton.
Yeah?
No, not Bob. Richard.
Oh, yeah. There
you go.
Bonus money, yeah.
Bonus money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and that's stipulated in the first tee, and you're like, okay, really engaged.
Yeah. He gets it.
Ladies will rarely play a match. They'll, the old gimme, when taking 6 out of bunker, I'm not going to give up. Some give up, some don't.
Yeah.
It can just be a mixed bag. Or you could get one sort of like rules Nazi in the group that she actually plays.
Oh, God.
And the other 3
How
just
many
want
women
fun.
are rules Nazis? It's unbelievable.
So the 3 ladies, and especially don't know each other, they just like, I'm good. No, you have to finish out the hole. And it's like, no, they don't. And they'll go, I'm just going to take that. No, we don't give gimmies at the club.
Yeah, it's not like that.
My ladies wouldn't do that at the club.
Not in Ladies' Day.
I don't know. I had a loop. Here you go. I had a loop where it was a guy that I'd heard about, and I'd heard really negative stuff about him for years. I ended up caddying for him. Couldn't have been nicer. So don't judge the book by its cover. Don't, judge on your own sort of experience with yourself, them as opposed to what someone else said.
100%.
So, but in general, there you go. Yeah. But listen, the women were wonderful, and you're the women were wonderful, and sometimes you can. They're not. Sometimes if the type of day you're having, you don't want someone to be serious out there.
Yeah, you want to goof off and
give you a hard time.
Yeah, it's so much fun when you get that. Actually, I had one yesterday where you talking about, you can kind of profile what you're getting paid, and a lot of times we get finished and people, and it was a husband and wife, and we really hit it off. They really wanted me the first day of 4. They really wanted me the next 3 days, and he's like, "Well, how much do I pay you?" Well, sir, I really can't talk about that. It's recommended this and that, and then he opens his wallet and starts handing me money slowly. And then he's looking at me as he's handing me the money, and he's like peeling off money. I'm like, very generous, very, very generous. And then finally he stopped, and he was like, "That's good." I'm like, "We're good, bro. We're good. I'll see you tomorrow." He's like, "You're going to be there tomorrow, right?" I'm like, "I'll be there."
It's classic.
It's pretty funny.
I'll usually just tell them, we're independent contractors.
That's true.
He's asked a direct question, and that you're going to get a direct answer. And it's never been a problem.
Yeah, that's a good point. I always do it through text message when they text message me, but you're right. Maybe I should be more bold when they ask the direct question. This is what I tell people, or this is what it is.
Hey, but you pay peanuts, you get monkeys.
Very true.
I had a boy in town, and he told me the couple of weeks ago, he says, Tiger Woods is in town. Because remember, there was the invitational at your course that you didn't get an invite to.
Oh, yeah.
So the player says, "Oh, yeah, Tiger Woods is playing." And I'm like, oh. So I send about 3 text messages to people asking if Tiger... I'm thinking, this seems really bizarre because...
Right after his back surgery?
I think he just had a back surgery. Yeah. I don't think he's going to be out here. Oh, he's out here playing with Charlie. All right, well, don't see that happening. So we finally, after I send 3 text messages, is Tiger Woods on the sheet? Is he playing? Because, I know certain people that will know.
Yeah.
All negatives. First I've heard about it. And then on the 15th tee, I said, so who told you this? He says, oh, well, look, one of the caddies told me.
Of course, yeah.
Come on.
You don't believe caddies.
I'm a caddie, lifer caddie. Love a lot of caddies, but never listen to a caddie, mate.
Ever.
Need to move on to mailbag questions and shoutouts because we forgot
We're
that
going to do
last
shoutouts
time.
today?
Yeah, well,
right.
Remind me just before we finish.
4.
I just called the company. They're currently offering 800,000.
To me? To retire?
Not to me, to just leave now. Just to leave now. So
that sounds about right.
This will be the last ever episode of the podcast.
We're out.
I love that. Netflix should get cameras and microphones on those carry barns around the country because the philosophizing, the philosophy, and the conversations in these carry barns.
Oh my God,
next level.
You talk about Real Housewives. We would have the greatest reality show ever if you did it right and you had camera set up and you made it legit and not like the BS acting that they do on those.
Well, people wouldn't have to act up. They wouldn't have to play the characters because they are the characters.
Yes, just be yourself and it would be the greatest reality show ever.
Back in the day when
the company would never allow
that.
Never
allow it, but if you had 20, back in the days there used to be 20, 25 guys on the bench. There were some days I just didn't even want to go out caddying. I just want to stay here and watch this unfold. It's the nonsense.
I tell you what, the dynamic has changed in that regard. There's not as much as that anymore. It's still there, but it's not the same as it used to be.
Well, I feel as if I started writing a book, as you know, and one of my regulars had asked me to consider writing a chapter about how the evolution of caddying has changed since I started. And a little bit like what you're saying, certain characters have died.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone gets older.
Certain characters move on.
I think there's fewer characters. Caddying's been purified, corporatized, that we don't have these characters that we had 10, 15, 20,
That's
25.
true.
The guys I grew up with, they wouldn't get a sniff of a job anymore because golf's changed. Golf's become corporate. Caddying has followed. I guess everyone used to say herding cats.
Mm-hmm.
There's not as many cats anymore.
There's not. Yeah, it's kind of refined. Actually, now that we're talking about the good old days, it reminds me of a story that back in the day. So we would have once in a while, we'd have a couple of female caddies come through. In college, we'd have military people, like military husbands, wives in the military husbands. They come out and caddy for. So we had this one caddy, Garrett. God, I hope he's doing well somewhere wherever he is. But so myself back in the day used to smoke quite a few cigarettes. As a lot of caddies did. Garrett was a cigarette smoker too, so we would be sitting there banging, lung darts there.
Is this a few months ago?
This was 15 years ago. Anyway, so we're down there smoking cigarettes, and Josh Parrish, the caddy whisperer, he's trying to quit at the time, so he's got this nicotine gum, and so we're down there smoking cigarettes. Garrett's got a full throttle. I don't even know if they make them in those full throttle energy drinks that just has 1,000,000 grams of sugar, 1,000,000 grams of caffeine. So he's drinking a full throttle, smoking a cigarette, and he sees Parrish with his he didn't know it, but it was nicotine gum. He said, "Hey man, could I have a piece of gum?" And Parrish goes, "Yeah, sure." And he's got the 8 milligram, the highest gum you can get of nicotine. So he's smoking a cigarette, drinking a full throttle, chewing a piece of 8 milligram nicotine gum, and then he almost passes out. He looks up and he's white as a ghost, and he's pretty dark skinned. He's white as a ghost, and I'm like, "Dude, what's going on? Are you okay? Are you gonna live?" And his heart's pumping out of his chest. I'm like. He's like, "I don't know. I just feel weird." I'm like, "Parrish, what was that?" He's like, "Oh, it's my nicotine gum." I'm like, "He's just been chewing it like normal. You don't chew nicotine gum like that." And it was laughs. Luckily, we got him some water and he calmed down and made it through.
There was a drink called Full Throttle.
Oh, Full Throttle energy drinks. Unbelievable. The Blue Demon. I used to drink that one, the Blue Demon. So, me, I like the caffeine and, coffee nonstop, but
corn syrup.
This Blue Demon, oh my God. It was good and bad.
Wow. Yeah.
Pretty funny.
Yeah, we don't have the characters we used to.
We don't.
Anyway, mailbag questions. If you have any mailbag questions, you can send them in on social media or email them, podcast@glorifieddonkey.com. We'd love to hear from you.
Mm-hmm.
You can also send us a text. It's called, I think, is it mailbag? Is it mailbag? No, fan mail? Yeah,
Fan
it's fan
mail,
mail.
yeah, through Spotify.
Send the boys a text.
Yeah.
Yeah, Spotify and Apple. First one comes from a John Rhodes, and he's in Montua. Montua?
Is that
Guess the state?
New York?
Ohio.
Ohio.
I've been struggling for ages with putting and have been tinkering. What is your putting technique, and have you ever changed it?
I have changed it. Yeah, I did crosshand for a while. I'll go through like spurts of 6 months, a year, looking at the hole, not the ball. A lot of times that'll help you. If you have a pure putting stroke and you stare at the hole, not saying that I do, but if you can get it dialed in and you stare at the hole and say you can't move your head if you're staring at the hole. Same thing with the ball, but people, when they stare at the ball, they tend to move their head. So if you're staring at the hole down your line and you keep focused on one spot, it's a lot easier to make that pure stroke sometimes. That really helped me out.
It's truly
quite a
horrifying.
bit. What is?
Cross-handed. The claw.
The claw is horrifying.
If you ever see me go to the claw, I'm just going to be done. I'm going to give the game up. I cannot understand how anyone could do it. I watch people with, what is it they call it? When they
what?
The putting.
Arm lock?
No, they're putting and
they shaking?
Shaking, yeah, like they can't pull the head back or
get it together, bro.
What's that name though?
The yips?
The yips.
Jeez. Get it out, Gordon. That's a pretty common one, yeah. The putting yips. The putting yips, it's a rarity, but it is out there. I can't imagine it.
It's like people shanking the ball. I can't understand how.
I can imagine that.
When you do it, I just can't get my head around if you start. I had a guy the last 10 days ago, shank. I'm like, I don't know how you can do that. So my putting stroke hasn't changed ever. I have a slightly different grip in that take the standard grip for a right-hander on the irons and the woods, and then instead of having the sort of index finger in between the right hand pinky, I bring...
there you go, a little overlap.
I have the full right hand on, and I bring the index finger and the middle finger sort of over the last two fingers of my right hand. I've never changed it. And
funny enough,
you might see me change a putter.
Yeah, but the grip and the technique, same.
Grip technique never really changes, and as I say...
Yeah, I haven't changed my grip in years. I did crosshand for a while, but I use just a standard... the same grip I used to grip every other club in my bag.
It's funny when you caddy and you see, as soon as you see someone with a lab, one of those horrible lab putters,
they're great.
You know that they have their PTSD. There's absolute trauma there.
Well, the lab putters are pretty damn good. Like you see a lot of people putt well with
awful.
them. See a lot of people putt well with them.
Awful.
They're not.
Nah, shocking. You could stick a Mars bar on the end of a pool cue and still do better than with a lab putter. I'm telling you, all the screws and stuff. It's just to me, forget it. So I would stop tinkering.
Agree to disagree.
And just practice more.
There's some truth to that.
Anyway, George Dubia, and he is from La Grande. Do you know where that is?
Colorado or Michigan? Michigan.
Nah, it'd be Oregon actually.
Yeah, it's close.
East Oregon. I had to check it out because I thought, where's that? I've been playing golf for 4 to 5 years and thoroughly enjoying the challenge and the people I have met. I'm thinking of joining a local club. What's the best part of being part of the golf community?
The golf community or a country club?
Well, he says the golf community. I can't speak for George, but I'm guessing in general, the golf community is unique, unlike anything else, any other sport.
You're a member of the club, bro. Yeah. Welcome aboard. It's the camaraderie, the clothing. I like my regular everyday outfit is golf clothes wherever I go. You know, I could play golf anytime. I don't ever play, but I could because I'm always dressed to play. I mean, I like the clothing, the camaraderie, the people you meet. I mean, good networking opportunities.
I've never seen another sport where after 2 holes of playing golf with someone you just met, someone's inviting you to stay at their house and play their club.
Correct.
Or come and play the club. You're welcome anytime.
You remember this from last year. When Paul was out, we were on the big course and we were just a threesome, and we were paired up with a dude who was here on a honeymoon with his wife. And on 14, we had an early tea time. Paul says to him, he says, "Hey, what are you doing this afternoon?" He's like, "Well, we're going to go to a museum. Me and my wife are going to a museum." He's like, No. You call her up. You're playing the country club with me this afternoon, because he's a member out there.
Yeah.
And he's like, and he looked at me. I was like, "Bro, I know you're just married, but you call the wife and say you have this opportunity. You don't pass this up."
Yeah.
And he went out there and played with Wee Paul. Unbelievable. Yeah. I mean, and Wee Paul had just met him that morning on the first tee.
Yeah. There's no other place. No other. And it happens throughout the golf, small courses, big courses. Yes. I did actually have a look at the courses close to La Grande up in Oregon. It's in East Oregon. There's a place called Buffalo Peak.
Oh, yeah, Buffalo Peak.
Which is 15 miles away. And then there's actually La Grande Country Club.
Nice.
I didn't have the time to go and check the website and see what the club sandwich looked like, but there you go, George. Buffalo Peak or La Grande.
You'll have to let us know, George. Which one are you joining?
Or both.
Yeah.
So, how quickly can you guys assess a golfer's ability as a caddy? What are you looking for, and what are the tells? Joey D, and he's from Overland, which is in
Kansas.
Well done.
Yeah.
Good lad.
Oh, my wife's from Kansas.
So how quickly can we assess a golfer's ability?
1 hole. Probably, I wouldn't say the first tee shot. You're probably going to say the first tee shot, but I'd say give me a hole, and I'll have you pretty much dialed in how far you hit it, what your tendencies are. Granted, if you hit the green, maybe you don't have a handle on their chipping and all that, but by the 3rd or 4th hole, pretty much everything about their game, and within 1 or 2, you could probably guess their index.
I would say 50% before they've even hit a ball. Right?
Of course he would.
As soon as I see them tee the ball or attempt to, there's another 25-30% knocked off.
Definitely, you can tell a lot by how somebody tees up the ball.
And then by the second tee box, I've pretty much got them done, because just by looking at a golfer will tell you a little bit how sometimes guys, the way they wear the hat, the hat's kind of crooked. It's not, you can tell they're not used to wearing caps. Some guys tuck their ears in to like a flat billed hat. Again, footwear? Are they prepared? The clubs obviously can tell a lot. And then, as I say, when someone tees up a 3-wood and they use the tee and they put their thumb on it, then they put the ball on. Yeah. I'm like, okay, this guy plays once a year. So
that's very true. And a lot of the times, they're going to tell you, the real bad golfers, which we get quite frequently, especially with the corporate stuff, they're going to tell you right off the bat because they're very nervous. So they tell you.
No assessing.
Yeah, there's no assessment needed because they're, hey, just so you know, I'm really, really bad. I may pick up a lot. I'm not really going to hit certain shots. Like, I may be out of here after 6 or 7. We're just going to see how this goes.
Yeah, there was a lad in this past couple of weeks. He looked the part. And then I saw the first swing, and I was like, "Oof!" Practice swing. I went, no. And he spent a lot of time in the boondoggly on the left looking for golf balls. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I would say you get quicker and quicker and quicker, and just can tell, as I say, the bag, the equipment, whether they've got a lab putter or not. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, that tells me everything I need to know. If they have a lab putter in the bag about their short game.
Well, like 70% of golfers now probably have lab putters.
I'll weigh with you. Maybe
you know my stats are on point.
Your stats are shocking. So yeah, that's funny. I do remember, I've told it before, but in the big course, the guy pulls out driver on the first, and he's aiming. He's got the perfect line to play a little cut, and his swings are hard. I'm thinking, oh, we've got someone here. Then he shanked a driver. He actually shanked a driver, and I wouldn't be surprised if it got close to the 18th fairway.
Jeez, that bad.
It was absolutely horrific. Missed it slightly. So there you go. Right, next question. Edward Gates, and he's from Glasgow City, which is Scotland. I hear you guys talking about carrying versus cart jobs versus LW all the time. What do you think a golf bag should weigh, and should I continue to carry my own? So, FYI, little information.
Yes.
The company LW has gone out of business. I was
Done.
Done. So,
and I, you know what? I was thinking about this a lot. I'm not unhappy with it. I'm actually quite happy with it. You know, I put it this way: like, if my apartment was in a casino and I had to walk through the casino every day, you know, if I'm forced to walk through the casino every day and there's tables and machines and I got a couple $100 in my pocket, I don't have it in me to if I'm living there, I don't have it in me to say, no, I'm not going to do it. Same thing with the LW. You give me the opportunity to use that machine. It makes my life a lot easier, and I enjoy doing it. Is it right? No. Is it good for golf? No. I don't agree, but you give me the opportunity. I'm happy I don't have the opportunity anymore. And you know what? I've been carrying bags a lot. Like actually yesterday I didn't, but 6 days in a row, carried 2 bags, and it was great. You know, they were light bags, and it was great. I like to carry golf bags. I'm a caddy, and if you can't carry the bags, I don't think you're capable of being a caddy.
So Zabbo's basically telling us he is a lazy, degenerate gambler. I'll tell you, the guy that told me that it is the company getting out of business was gutted. He actually said, I've thought about contacting the company, buying one and maintaining it myself.
Yes. Oh, so many caddies are gutted. So many caddies are like, no. Yeah, it's bad.
What should a golf bag weigh? I would say a golf bag should weigh no more than about 14 or 15 pounds.
Oh, come on.
14, 15 pounds.
That's ridiculous.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do in the next 3-4 weeks. I'm going to weigh out the clubs. I'm going to weigh out the bag. If you're carrying, now if you have a trolley, I know in the UK, electric trolleys, there's more and more coming out here. Load whatever you want. I personally don't think if you're going to carry the bag, it should be under 15 or 16 pounds, because think about where you're carrying it. And then think about the motion of golf, swinging your shoulders. And I'll tell you what, if you've got a kid, get them one of those push carts, 3-wheel push cart. They're getting their, you're still getting your fitness in, if you want to call it, your steps. Walking. Oh, I got my steps. Oh yeah, lovely. You're going to get your steps, push the trolley, because these kids load the bags up, food, drinks.
That's an issue.
Clubs, balls, everything. And then they're walking, you watch them hunchbacked, walking forward, looking like the Walking Dead, and all it's going to do is hurt their back, hurt their shoulders, and when you look at what you need to swing a golf club, boom, killing yourself. But for me, 14, 15 pounds.
Under 20. If it's under 20, I'll carry 2 any day of the week and be comfortable doing it.
No, the lighter the better. But
agreed.
When I actually thought about it, I haven't carried my own bag for probably 25 years.
You haven't carried your players' bags for a couple of years. You're the king of the cart.
I love it.
I love it. Of the cart.
Hey, it's not my fault that a lot of the guys I work for are party boys.
Well, and the other thing that was not mentioned, that he was the LW, the cart and carrying, is out here now we have those double push carts, and the caddies love those. You and I are in agreement on those. Those are hideous.
Shocking.
I hate them.
Shocking.
Terrible.
They're awful for the body position, these guys.
They're terrible.
Well, the problem with those, Zabbo, is that the people that are meant to represent us to do a job no longer are incentivized to really do the job, because you had the LW and you have these double push carts. So bags that should be changed out if guys want to walk, or they should be in a golf cart, are now getting thrown on this device. And when you're out there caddying, and it's a little bit like when the Russians came out of Stalingrad and they saw all of the German tanks and jeeps and stuff just abandoned at the side of the road because the weather was, too harsh and what have you, and they broke down. These things are just folding because they were never designed to carry 2 30-40 pound bags. They were designed to probably carry 50 pounds.
Well, and be stored outside too.
And then they're just constantly getting used, twice a day, etc. So,
caddies love them. Certain caddies,
they do. You do. Right. We actually have a bunch more questions, really good ones, but we'll leave those for another day. Got some shout outs. I'll start with an Al Gross, and he bought us a beer. Thank you. Bought us some beers, actually. And he just says, never had 7 bogeys in a row. Usually a double mixed in. Yeah. Cheers, boys.
I'm with you there.
We also had on the Spotify, remember someone talking about the Colorado? Johnny Mother Father.
Yeah.
And he talked about the cart paths being the widest.
Yeah. Did he explain?
Well, no, a guy called Steve Alberta who listens, he says, I think Johnny was saying the cart path was used to be able to hit the 425-yard drive.
Oh.
So he was into...
Are you disputing that? Was it pure shot down
I'll
the
show you the
fairway?
video after. I'll show you the video. It was a downhill par 4, like very downhill.
Yeah.
And it, like 425 yards is when you take the middle of the fairway or the elbow.
Oh, I got you.
If I'm cutting the corner, as the crow flies,
230 or so. Yeah.
It was probably about 195 yards, right? So, but no, and plus the ball goes so far.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Thank you for bringing that
clarifying that.
I'd like to mention our pal Hilo out in Arizona. I forgot to mention this. This is obviously time sensitive. If you're out in Arizona and you're looking for a game of golf and a scramble with your mates for a good cause, go to Drive4, F-O-R-E, drive4acure.com, and he is having his annual tournament at Legacy Golf Resort on November 7th. So I'm sure he'll take you in if there's still spots, but I forgot to mention that 2 weeks ago. My apologies, but yeah, check that out. Goodboygolf.com if you're looking for any new swag. Goodboygolf.com. Justin, the owner, is going to come on the podcast and talk about forming that company very soon. If you use the discount code Donkey25, you've got a 25% discount off of anything you buy. And my last shout out goes to Fred, Mike, and Dave, the Nebraska Mafia. It was an absolute pleasure, boys. Can't wait to see you here in Arizona or in Nebraska. Go Huskers!
Nice. I got to shout out Anita, obviously, Sally, Candy, and Sandy.
Candy and Sandy.
Had a lot of fun on that loop. I know they're going to be podcast listeners. Also got a shout out. I caddied for a couple of Norwegians. Frode.
Oh, Norwegian!
Oh, dude. Laughs. These guys were
nutters.
They were awesome. I mean, I don't think I ever encountered Norwegians. Frode, got to shout you out. That was a lot of fun. And John.
Up in Norway, up in Brandon, Norway.
So Frode started, if you look it up, it's Lofoten Golf Links. It's an amazing place. It's like north of the Arctic Circle. It's crazy. It's they get like 23 and a half hours of daylight in the summer. You can it's crazy.
They're also looking for caddies in the middle of winter, so if you're looking for a gig up there,
good luck with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, amazing place. Check that place out. I looked. He showed me the pictures, and I looked it up. It's an amazing place. You got to check it out.
Looks tremendous. I did mention in a future episode we will have Justin from Good Boy Golf. Definitely check them out and give them a bit of support. Any questions, feedback, etc. Podcast at glorifieddonkey.com. Follow us on all of the socials. We also, in a couple of weeks' time, maybe 4 weeks' time, we should have Short Game Chef on, who's well known on Instagram, Parker McLaughlin.
Yeah.
Spoke to him, and when he comes back into town in a few weeks, he agreed to come on the podcast to help all of you hacks with your short game.
Nice.
Michael, enjoy your loop today.
Thank you. You as well.
Listeners, thank you for your support. Get out previous 163 episodes. Until the next time, enjoy your golf, but more importantly,
keep it humble.